Good morning, everyone. Strifka. Today we're playing some more Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, and today we are maybe finishing the game, question mark? We've got one area left, Candy Constellation. We've gotten through what seems to be a pretty good chunk of it, but we haven't found the map yet. So I'm gonna try and head that direction from where we're at and see what we've got. So this immediately feels like we're drifting away from it rather than towards it. Maybe. Yeah, let's see which way this goes at least, I guess. Great. That is definitely moving away from it, but doesn't seem to be anything we can do about it. So if it is just that one spot that's a choice, that's a little annoying. Are there special moves for this, or is it just really straightforward? I'm pretty sure it's really straightforward. So this should just be a goal. I'm not a big fan of this boss. This is probably my least favorite boss in... I don't know if I want to say all of Kirby. It's definitely my least favorite mini-boss that I've run into, and definitely my least favorite new one from this game. I just want full health. We're already at 21 lives because I have been continuing from an existing file. So, not super worried about anything but full health. I'm gonna grab this. That actually does feel like it could be something. This is a different path, but it looks like we may have already been through it once, which is unfortunate. Another annoying boss. At least this one goes down relatively fast. Oh, okay. We hadn't been down that path before, because that's new. Or we'd been to a different part of that room, at least. Okay, now we're back to where we were. So it must be something in this room that we're missing. And I already mentioned there's a pretty blatant spot. We took the top path last time. That was close. This looks new. Another one-up that we don't need. This is definitely a different path. Awesome. That was terrible. Bad aim. Oh good, the full health I don't need now. That would have been great last time. That's awesome. That's maybe unfortunate, but hopefully awesome. Awesome. Looks like it's gonna take us to a goal now, which is less awesome, but we did get the map at least. Health is full, one-ups are ridiculous, battery is full. Let's go. Okay, so we've got the map. Let's take a quick look and see where we're heading. Okay, we've actually finished that whole corner, so it is just one path left, pretty much. That's awesome. Given that, we're gonna do... Oh, no. No. I'm gonna go ahead and grab Wheel. Wheel is a really solid power for the most part. Well, actually, Candy Constellation has a lot of areas that you can't... that don't have ground. It's a really good power when you have... when you have ground. I'll go back to Fireball. That's right. I literally did that exact same thing once before. But I think there's another guy coming up. Nope, never mind. I'm getting absolutely wrecked here, but that's okay. This says it's a room I've been in before, but this doesn't look familiar. I think I was in the bottom half of this last time, so actually this might be the right way now. Yes! Fireball power. Very good for horizontal movement, not as great at vertical movement. Straight up Master Hand, okay. Luckily, for whatever reason, Fireball just wrecks Master Hand. Okay, so there's one little dip out of this room, but I don't really care about 100%ing this game. Most of the stuff that that was missable was either heart containers that I probably don't really need, which apparently there were, I mean, we've only found 2? Question mark? Well, it looks like that's it anyway. Never mind. Ah. You need laser for it. I'm not gonna go back and get laser for that. Like I said, a lot of them have been sound clips or something similar. That is just screaming that you're supposed to take the wheelie, and rightfully so. That was a cool little troll at the end. Another actual spot where you can get a UFO. Not just getting a UFO, consistently getting a UFO more than once on the same screen. What? Yeah, that was me being greedy. But UFO is easily the best power in Kirby. Not my favorite power by any stretch of the imagination, but it's really powerful, and if we're going to be heading towards, you know, the boss of the last level, probably not actually the final boss, knowing Kirby games. There's probably one more after this. Yeah, we'll continue on here and just keep UFO. Let's see if we can beat this boss with UFO, whatever it is. Another Master Hand and Crazy Hand. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, we have completed the mirror, so I'm guessing that means we can now go in here. We lost our UFO, and I didn't grab a new power. Whoops. Meta Knight and Meta Knight? Well, that's why it had the question marks before. Because that's not the real Meta Knight? Well, I didn't get to bring the UFO with me. I'm wondering if I can just grab a different power. Like if this is specifically you lose UFO, I'm gonna go ahead and take a death and see if I can just grab a power, any power. Never mind. We'll do that. I was fully not intending to just have them beat the boss for me, although they did way better than I expected. This is probably a two-part boss, given the fact that we've already fought him once before. So this is probably bad that we're at 2 health going into maybe a second phase of a boss. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. Oh, we get Meta Knight's sword chasing us, though? Well then. Okay, okay. That's cool. Oh, we get to start here. Never mind, this is now gone from potentially challenging to relatively easy. Like, I'm not saying it's immensely easy. I was just expecting it to have to be fight Meta Knight first every time, which is a lot harder than when you have a cool sword power to start with. Apparently, this is really abusable. What just happened? Why are we... what? Okay, there's one more phase of the boss. That makes sense. But that power is just ridiculously strong. Okay, apparently that was also... what? Oh, we just have to keep fighting him? Okay. Sure. That's a problem. Okay. Apparently we just lost the Master Sword, question mark? Well, better than no sword. Okay, you just get it back every time for free. Never mind. Why do they even give you the option of the regular sword or the spark? Is this gonna be a 9-part boss? I just realized that this is like... are we going through each level and having to fight him once for each level? And he's just gonna keep getting harder? If so, cool concept. Okay, okay. it is definitely getting harder with each phase, so that's nice. Because I did feel like that first phase was a little bit too easy. Didn't time it quite right for that one. I hadn't even noticed the whole eyeball thing. Oh, that's a problem. Facing the wrong way. It took me 3 phases to realize that that he was only vulnerable when his eye was exposed. There we go. That one much better. It is totally going through all the different areas. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That feels like a little bit of overkill for a 9-phase boss, but it is cool. I mean, it's at least a neat concept, and it's not like each one is that hard individually. Like, it doesn't make you do them all in a row. You get to recharge between, which almost makes it not matter. Kind of makes me wish that they did it, or that they were more spread out instead of all just being in a row at once. I'm not sure how they would have done that. Like, actually make this a level instead of just basically getting full health every time. Four. Oh, never mind. It's not 9. A little too aggressive. He has a lot of different attacks. I've only seen some of these once at this point. And I'm getting different ones than I did the first time. Okay. So you're invincible during the actual animation frames, but not, obviously not at the end of the dash or the beginning of the dash. So there's a very specific window that you have to hit it during to not get wrecked. That was really close, and I almost made a mistake there, which I cannot afford to make right now. That was new. That was new. Kirby does have a long history of very challenging, like, almost not in keeping with the rest of the game, challenging last bosses. So this doesn't actually surprise me as much as it probably should. But man, this is a different level from the rest of the game by a pretty sizable margin. Both in terms of complexity, definitely in terms of how much damage it takes, and how much damage, I mean, it does the normal damage, I suppose. It's one health per hit. this time is probably just not happening, although last time I got a lot done on 1 health. But this time I'm not even close on 1 health. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was a bad one. I just realized this time. It feels like we're kind of pinging away at him most of the time, but there's occasions where I've done a little bit more damage, and I've noticed that it's usually when the mirrors are also on screen. I just realized that we're scoring hits from both the mirrors and the boss. So I'm wondering if that's because we're hitting the mirrors and the boss in one swing, or if that's just a general, like... What the... Oh no! Oh god. I did not need that right there. Anyone who has watched my Mario, what was that, 3 mix? Mario 3 mix videos knows that that is... Playing upside down is not my favorite thing, and not a thing that I am necessarily good at. There we go. Yeah, hitting the mirrors... Knowing that I can hit the mirrors made a huge difference there, and I'm feeling dumb for not noticing it previously. Hopefully that's actually the last boss. It felt like it, that's for sure. Okay. Suddenly shooter? I believe that. That's very in line with Kirby. Yep, hopefully I don't have to redo the entire rest of the boss. Alright, yep. Okay, now it's just a shmup randomly. Not my favorite thing. I am not a huge fan of that in... I think I talked about that or like, the big thing, or big point where I talked about that was actually in the Messenger. Because the last boss in that, in the DLC, had a like you had to do a complete, it was like a Rock'em Sock'em Robots thing, like the, oh honestly it was very Goemon, and what? Oh, okay, apparently we did it, but now it's continuing. Okay. Well, I usually use this point to talk about the game, but I don't want to try and talk over this. So I guess let's continue shooting things. Anyway, yes, it's not my favorite thing, but it's not like this was super challenging. And we did just have a boss gauntlet of 5 stages of the final boss before this. So it's not like there wasn't a final test of skill, traditional final boss as well. Okay. So. So Darkmind was defeated, and his dream of conquering the mirror world was shattered. Now at last, peace will return to the mirror world. But they remain on guard. After all, who knows when another evil might arise? Don't worry, though. Mirror World Kirby will be there to keep them all safe. Okay. Okay. So, final thoughts. The Fort Kirby gimmick doesn't work. It doesn't work like it feels like it should. I wanted something more Lost Vikings-y if I was going to be able to control 4 Kirbys, and it is totally there just to sell link cables. And maybe it works well on, you know, a multi-platform, but it felt like there were some puzzles that would have been easier with it. And the... I mentioned a couple times throughout it, there were a lot of dead ends that didn't feel like they actually rewarded you with much. I think it was musical scores and like, I don't know, the map I was looking at earlier called them color sprays. So I'm wondering if there's just like a way to change which Kirby color you are or something. Either way, it's not super exciting or important to the game. I only found 2 heart containers, and I found a lot of other stuff that didn't actually do anything. There's a lot of spots where you get to a dead end, and it's like, hey, you get 3 health back. And it's like, oh, glad I went out of my way to get a power-up specifically to do something about that. But all of the... Oh, and the power-ups. This wasn't as much of a problem, but I wish that there was a... So each of the different, like, waiting rooms gave you different power options, and you just kind of had to remember which ones were where. I wish that central one that had all the powers unlocked really early, and that it started out empty, and that you just added new powers to it each time you unlocked one of the shortcuts. That way, you would always just have a central location, and it would give you more of a sense of progression, to kind of go with that Metroidvania feel that they're going with. Where like, hey, once you get to this certain point, now you unlock Hammer and Missile, and you can break through these blocks regularly. Hey, when you get to this point, you can unlock the Master Hand thing, and you can just have the cool Smash powers whenever you want. Something along those lines, you know? Or that they had gone with the original theming. This was compared to the Great Treasure. I'm blanking on the name now. The Treasure Hunt from Kirby Superstar. And I feel like that one, there were treasures to find to get 100%. And I wish that this had something more like that, I guess. Would be another way to put it. All of that aside, this was still a really fun Kirby game. I think it would have worked better as a traditional Kirby game in a lot of ways. But it was still a lot of fun, and it's a Kirby game. The last boss was harder than the rest of the game put together. And I wish that 1-ups carried over so I didn't have to do it all in one go, pretty much. Because, geez, I can't even imagine a kid getting to that point and being like, I have 2 lives because I just game overed and now I'm having to fight this boss with nothing. You'd have to grind out lives. Yeah, not cool. Anyway, yes, awesome Kirby game. Definitely a lot of fun. And as with a lot of games that I really do enjoy, one of the reasons I enjoyed it is because it has so many cool ideas in it. I think that there are ways that they could have done those ideas better, but it has so much potential. And I think that's one of the reasons that I have so many negative little nitpicks about it, is because it's so close to, like, honestly, it's so close to taking my favorite Kirby game spot. Which I have a couple other games that have been suggested. Those are going to be on my to-do list as well. But anyway, I digress. Hopefully you're still enjoying. If you are, please give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.